Good afternoon and thank you for joining us once again. I'm James Wharton at Buckingham Palace, and like the thousands of people just over my shoulder, I'm looking forward to what will soon be the arrival of a flypast performed by personnel from the Royal Air Force, signifying the special occasion, the 80th anniversary of VDay. Now, may I just take this opportunity to welcome viewers tuned into the BFBS Forces News YouTube channel, Facebook, and BFBS TV from around the Forces world. You're very welcome here. And if you're enjoying this content, there's plenty more where this came from. Please do check our website, forcesnews.com, and of course, the Forces News YouTube channel. Now, those who were joining us earlier on will know that we brought you live pictures of Typhoons from RAF Coningsby taking off. And since then, they've been making their way to this location and will form part of the flight path that we're about to enjoy. Now, what else can you expect to see in the flight path? Well, it's going to be the iconic inclusion, as always, at state occasions and big events like this, of aircraft from the Battle of Britain Memorial Flight. Today, we're going to be treated to a Lancaster, one of only two serviceable to fly anywhere in the world. Also look out for other aircrafts, including the A400M Atlas, the Royal Air Force's sole C-17 Globemaster, giant of the skies, the Typhoon, who we have seen taking off just a little while ago. There's going to be some Lightning, F-35B, and of course, towards the end of this, fly past the iconic sight and sound of the Royal Air Force aerobatic team, the Red Arrows. If you were joining us earlier, you'll know that there are a number of World War II veterans here today. They are the special guests, actually, and while there is a lot of royalty knocking about and the odd Prime Minister here and there, it is the inclusion of the World War II veterans that is most important. I can tell you that there's 31 veterans all in all, and 8 evacuees who would have been childhood evacuees during the Second World War. Of course, children were evacuated from the main cities to the countryside. They range in age from 98 to 104, and the eldest member of the veteran cohort today is Henry Ducker, who is, as I just said, 104. Right now, they are on the West Terrace within the grounds of Buckingham Palace, where they'll be situated to enjoy this fly past. And once that concludes, they've got a very special afternoon in store. They're going to enjoy a tea party, which will be attended by members of the royal family. Now, just making their way onto the balcony, the iconic balcony at Buckingham Palace, we can see members of the royal family taking up their position ready for the flight past, which is due to get underway in just a few minutes' time. As we see the royal family on the balcony, it's impossible not to recall images I'm sure many of us have seen of the King and Queen in 1945, 80 years ago this week, on that balcony when they were joined by Sir Winston Churchill. The King is wearing the uniform of an admiral. He is the admiral of the fleet, of course, as the commander of the armed forces and the sovereign. The Princess Royal is today wearing the uniform of a colonel in the army. She is the colonel of the Blues and Royals, in fact, and looks absolutely splendid. Well, here comes the first of our aircraft. And it is the Lancaster from the Battle of Britain Memorial Flight. One of only 2 serviceable in the entire world. That is indeed notable, given there were more than 7,000 of these aircraft built during the Second World War. Incredible to think that only 2 remain in a serviceable condition that can fly. Next, over our heads and flying over Buckingham Palace is the Voyager from RAF Bryce Norton. It's a modified civilian Airbus A320, A330, 200 passenger aircraft. It's the RAF's sole air-to-air refueling capability. Wonderful pictures there as the aircraft bank to the right as they move beyond Buckingham Palace and away over West London. The royal family and the thousands in front of the palace awaiting the next aircraft to arrive overhead, and I can tell you that it's the A400M Atlas, again from RAF Bryce Norton. Just look at that, absolutely fabulous. Maximum payload of 37 tons. It can carry 116 passengers or 9 aircraft pallets and 54 passengers. The crowd made up of a number of different types of people from society, including cadets I can see in front of us, as now this giant of the skies flies over the C-17 Globemaster, again from RAF Bryce Norton. The running order, I think, might have changed, just to throw a curveball in at our commentary. That, of course, wasn't the Globemaster. The aircraft flanked by F-35 and escort there. Fantastic. The crowd are enjoying this, and of course the royal family. You can hear them cheering now. That is, of course, the unmistakable sight of the red arrows. With that blue, white and red smoke, they're joined by 4 F-35B Lightnings. We can just see now the crowd cheering. There's Union flags being waved. And of course, His Majesty the King waving to the crowd as they do. You might just be able to hear now the national anthems being played on the forecourt of Buckingham Palace in honour to His Majesty the King and Queen. Iconic moments. That's nice. The crowd cheering in response to the national anthem and of course the King, who is waving to the crowds from that iconic balcony. The royal family just soaking up the atmosphere. Aha! An impromptu 3 cheers from the crowd. That's lovely. Well, as the royal family take their final waves and begin to move back into Buckingham Palace, that wraps up our coverage of today's military procession and flypast marking the 80th anniversary of VDay. I hope you've enjoyed our content over the course of the last couple of hours. And can I just take this opportunity once again to thank you for spending this special occasion with us, Forces News. Thank you.